Hi, everybody. My name is Angelique, and I'm going to lead us through some core work today. I'm working with my favorite Nawasana boat pose. Let's get started with just some cleansing breaths, some deep inhales and exhales while you just let go of the day you've had and the day that you will have. And we'll just find yourself in your space right now. So take some deep inhales in through your nose and sigh it out through your mouth. You can close your eyes if you want. If closing your eyes is not comfortable for you, go ahead and just cast your gaze downward. Maybe soften your gaze as if you were daydreaming. And then just taking a few moments in the stillness. Just be in the sensation of your breathing. Just notice it somewhere in your body. Whether it's the sensation of the air moving in and out through your nostrils, or your chest rising and falling. Maybe putting your hand there if it's easier, or your stomach expanding and contracting. It's taking a moment to turning your focus inward. Good. You can keep your eyes closed here if you like. I like to just get started with some nice, easy neck rolls. And just to loosen up the neck, just gently from side to side. You don't have to take any big circles, just little half neck rolls. They could be really small if you're feeling kind of stiff. Just notice if you're holding and relax your shoulders down. You know, being in a wheelchair, I notice that my neck takes the brunt of a lot of the work that I do. So I try to remind my neck as many times in the day that I can that it doesn't need to take all of the stress. Need some shoulder rolls to the back and to the front. And then adding on, just bring your hands to your shoulders if that's available for you. You can do one at a time, using one hand to hold your chair for support. And just opening up, just getting a little movement into the shoulders, whatever way is possible. Good. And already just sitting upright like this, just even sitting upright like this is moving into that core, is starting to access that core. Like sometimes we just spend the day just sitting back or trying to like relax because it takes a lot of work to just sit upright. And I'm really wanting to focus on these abdominals, the deeper ones. So think about the abdominals, not like the six pack, right? So think about these abdominals that they wrap around almost like tape. It's the transverse abdominals. And then there's the external obliques and the internal obliques, and they kind of like cinch you like this. But these are the ones that I like to think about whenever I'm doing work, so that you're not like pulling it really tight here. It's really just about finding that nice tightness, kind of, you're really holding in all throughout, and it's just a little bracing, right? So you're really just holding yourself up is what it is. And that's the core work that I like to think about doing for myself. So really like lifting up, because that's what the transverse abdominals do. They really help to hold the spine up, to lengthen the spine. And that's what we do during yoga. So anyway, let's get started. And I'm going to start with something I call compass, because we're going to be moving in a bunch of directions. Now you can do it sitting where you are in the chair, and you can just choose to come forward and back from this position, and you can hold the chair for support if you want. And if you want to change and make it a little bit more difficult, as long as you are not as long as conditions of safety are met, go ahead. You can come forward in your chair, and you can take a block and put it between your knees. You can put a block between your knees anyway, because that's a nice way. That's a nice way to get reference. And the reference in between your knees helps to lift up and really access those abdominals. So if you did come forward in your chair and you're moving forward and back, like I'm going to hold on to my chair for a little bit of support. So moving forward and back really gently. And it's not a lot. It's not a big movement. It's a very small movement, because I can just feel that this small movement, I can feel the muscles that I'm accessing with that movement, forward and back, and then side to side, right? So sitting up nice and tall, like I could feel myself starting to hunch there. So just notice if you're starting to hunch, if your shoulders are starting to curl forward, and course correct. Good. So moving side to side. And then we're going to put it all together and start to make circles. Now you can keep your hands on your chair for support, right? My leg likes to extend out, so I have to pull back in. Or if you feel like you can be safe bringing your hands to your hips, please feel free to go ahead and bring your hands to your hips and make these small circles. But if at all you feel like you're going to fall, do not do that. And also hold on to your knees. Circles in one direction and circles in another direction. Go the other way. So the circles are as big or as small as you need them to be for your body, right? Okay, so now we're coming to the first Nawasana boat pose. I should have mentioned this in the beginning. You're going to need about 3 blocks. So go ahead and pause the video where you are and go grab 3 of these blocks, or you can grab some big books, and you may not need them. And I'll tell you why in a minute. It just depends on you and how you want to do Nawasana boat pose. one way is to place two of the blocks on the ground and place your feet on top of them so that your knees are higher than your hips. Now, I can't do that because my feet, I have no tone in my legs. My feet are too floppy and they don't stay on the blocks. If you have tone and your legs would stay on the blocks and you could keep your feet up, your knees together, you can even use a band to hold your knees together, then it may work for you to put your feet on the blocks, and then you can lean back a little bit, and that mimics Nawasana boat pose. What I do is I just put this block between my legs, and then I lean back a little bit in my chair. And the block between my knees, which you would do anyway if you had your feet up on the blocks, is that same reference. And then we're going to lean back and extend your arms and breathe. Lift your heart, shoulders down. Think about your shoulder blades. Gently relaxing down your back. And breathe. I'm counting to 10 on the inside, just so you know. I haven't forgotten about you, but it's a 10 on the inside of me. And that's 10. So we're coming up. Okay, good. And take the block away for now. We'll come back to it. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to do is twists. Now you can do this a variety of ways. One way I'm going to do it is with cactus arms, and it's just twisting side to side. This movement is really just coming from here. So you can do it with cactus arms, you can do it with hands on your shoulders. You can do it twisting like this. I just want to make sure that the momentum isn't your hands moving from side to side. And you can actually do it with your hands in prayer. It really has to come from your center of your body. If you're having trouble holding yourself up, sometimes just having your hand on a surface like a table or a chair, and having that help you hold while you move, that's not cheating at all. It's a help, and it helps you get stronger. So go ahead and use the help that you need and get stronger. It's a very small movement, so it's not a huge twist. Well, I guess unless you can twist bigger. I can't because I have rods in my spine. So this is as far as I go. So, but it doesn't have to be a big movement either. You know, it's really just moving side to side. The majority of this movement actually is happening in your upper spine, in your thoracic spine. The majority of your twist happens up there, about 40%. With your hands on your shoulders. We'll just do a few more. And then come back to center. And then just take a moment in center. Close your eyes. And just feel your body in space. Breathe. Release any tension you might be feeling in your shoulders. Notice if you're holding tension in your jaw. Good. Okay, now we're going to do side to side. So you can bring your hands either behind your head, interlace your hands behind your head. That's one way to do it. And we're going to move side to side. And this is actually a pretty small movement. And that movement is happening again, initiating from the center of your body. You can do the movement side to side like this if you want, so that you're holding on to your chair. And again, but don't have it be a big momentum movement happening, like where you're swinging your arms side to side. It's really just, an extension, and the movement is happening from the center of your body. So you could have or you could just do one arm at a time, right? And use your other hand as support. So whatever way feels good to you, whatever way works for you, go ahead. We're just moving side to side here. And breathing. The thing about this core work is I find that my yoga practice gets stronger as my core work gets stronger. As my awareness gets stronger. And back to center. Good. And then just take a moment in mountain pose. Bring your arms alongside your body. Close your eyes. Feel your body. Good. We have one more Nawasana boat pose. So you can either place your feet on your 2 blocks if you like, and you don't have to come forward in your chair like I am. I just like to do it because I can lean back a little bit farther. But you can lean back as far as you need to just feel that little catch. That's all you need to feel is the little like, oh yeah, that's it. That's my belly. And like I said, sometimes you feel that just sitting upright. So it's different for everybody. Okay, so we're gonna come back to Nawasana boat pose. Now this is gonna depend on your abilities. So you're either going to, if you can't move your legs, we're gonna move our arms side to side. If you can move your legs, you're gonna pick up one leg at a time, right? And just pick up a little bit, one leg at a time. And we're gonna go right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, 4, 3, 2, 1. And coming back up to center. And releasing. Good. And we finish it off with a little back bend. So first I like to do a little rounding curve out cat pose, and then leaning back, hold on to something and lean back and open your heart for a back bend. And then come forward and curl your spine. Really curve it out here. And then lift your heart. Keep the back of your neck long. Stretch out that belly. Good. Coming back up. Just take a moment in center. Thank yourself for the hard work that you did. And have a wonderful rest of your day.